The more exotic the destinations, the more friends and family wanted to know about the excursions. That's when it occurred to me to buy a camera and document a trip. 12 years ago, I set out on a 5-week multi country journey with my first camera, a tripod, and a beginner's guide to photography. On my return, I hosted a slideshow to an overwhelming response. Well, the rest is history, and the trip's no less interesting. In China, Connie and I were cornered by the SARS crisis. Upon our arrival to China in April 2003, the SARS epidemic had infiltrated the nation. We began our month-long adventure visiting the modern decadence of Hong Kong and Shanghai, and passed endless pockets of places that still whispered of the past. The ever-present sight of people wearing masks became more popular. By the time we had reached the imperial cities of Beijing and Xi'an, all the national treasures, such as the Great Wall, Forbidden City, and the Terracotta Warriors, was completely empty. The disease proved an ever-present companion and added a dreamlike element to a country already quite surreal. Just outside Xi'an, near the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, is one of China's most historical treasures and one of the most amazing sights of the world. 6,000 life-size terracotta figures of warriors and horses in a rectangular battle array. It's speculated in the 2nd century BC, Emperor Qin Shi Huang had the warriors buried with him to protect him in his afterlife. With all flights around the country shutting down, we found a train to Shangri-La. Wansan Mountain is a region of 72 peaks connected by ancient steps. Alone, Connie and I followed in the footsteps, in a place where past artists and poets came to wander. Fingers of rock, full of lotus blossoms, thrust through the fog, as far as the eye could see. After descending from the clouds, I learned that virtually all public transportation had halted. Thankfully, a kind-hearted local named Mr. Hu took us into his home. After a simple meal and a bed for the night, he put us in a taxi with a trusted friend. The loyal taxi driver dropped us in an undulating region of enormous rice terraces called Longsheng. The villages were full of people with a mixture of colorful cultures, good intentions, and genuine smiles. You must understand, to correctly capture the essence of this area is extremely difficult. Toting a 40-pound backpack to the villages and the huge dragon spine rice terraces is exhausting. Luckily, some of the locals confused me for Shintowa, the god of photography, and treated me in royal fashion. Well, maybe that's not exactly how it happened. As the truck bumped along at a top speed of 15 miles an hour, my heart started to pound as we passed weathered fishermen and water buffalo herders. It was like a throwback in time. All around, towers of stone, brushed with green, jutted defiantly from the earth. Each morning from the town of Yangshu, motorized rickshaws whisk us down rutted paths that followed a river valley through a fairy tale land of small villages and fabled peaks with descriptive names like Dragon's Play, 9 Horses, and Painting Hills.
El pastorea va de vuelta, pues el sol se está ocultando. Va subiendo por la cuesta para guardar su rebaño. Con su flautín va llamando una a una sus ovejas y les va comunicando sus goces y sus tristezas.